Powered by Riverside.
Welcome to the Vehicle City Sound Podcast. This is volume 2025, episode number 39. Our air date is Thursday, September 25th, 2025. We hope you're having a great one. My name is C. Willie. I'm your host. I'm joined this week again by the wonderful and talented
Peep.
There she is, still keeping me around. I'm pretty happy about that. We have a very special guest tonight, joining us all the way from the Shoals in Alabama. This is Max Norton. Max, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Well, it's wonderful to see you, buddy. We've had some conversations and really happy that you're able to join us. You have had quite a history already in the music industry, more than a decade as a professional drummer. You've performed all over the world. What got you into this?
Music in general, that's a long one. I guess it all started when I was really young and my mom took me to see Steve Earle. I grew up in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
And she took me to see Steve Earle at the Tampa Theater when I was super young. I think I was like 10. And I was like, he came out smoking a cigarette, playing guitar, and the band was just, thrashing, pounding. It was awesome. I was like, yes, that's it right there. That's what I want to do. And here I am, all these years later, still doing it. I started on violin. That was my first instrument, like the Suzuki method when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was 6 when I started that. And then I just kind of realized that I had a little more energy. And so my mom got me a drum set when I was, a little older. The rest is kind of history there. Just kind
of mom didn't regret that purchase?
No, she's I say to this day that she's a saint for putting up with that ruckus for many years. Yeah, but well, that's like how it started. It was like that concert. I was like, I want to do this. And then the drum set when I was about 13. And then I started playing with my friends in high school, and that's kind of how we all started learning our instruments and everything. It's just like rock band after school, basically.
Well, and I know, and we'll talk about this a little later on, but you played all the instruments on the most recent album.
Yep.
How did it transition from playing the drums to being able to be talented enough to do that on everything else that we hear?
I will say it was a bit of an adjustment at first. I've always kind of strummed a guitar, just like drums was my main instrument. Still, I love drums. But I'd always kind of just had an acoustic lying around that I would strum on, and I observe things in the world as a songwriter does that I find interesting, and I just like kind of started coming up with these lines. And, just very basic chords and stuff. I would start putting those lines to those. And that was, when I was in high school and stuff. And it's just kind of evolved since then to where it is now, where I can, I enjoy doing everything myself, basically.
Sure. Sure.
So, well, yeah.
One of the things that I find impressive as well is when you take a look at those that you've listed as your influences, your musical influences. You should say they're plaid, because it's every color, it's everything. From James Brown to Otis Redding, Waylon Jennings to Tom Waite. It's how did you mix all of that into what you're doing now?
I'd say my music is very different than soul music and Tom. If I could sing like Tom Waits, that'd be interesting. But yeah, like my music's very different than that. But there's just something about how organic it all is, and just real and honest and timeless.
Yeah.
That I find is hard to find in a lot of newer music today. But like I from a drummer perspective, I love soul music. Like I'm obsessed with like all the Stax artists and Otis Redding and James Brown and Aretha. And I mean,
Yeah.
I just like ate that stuff up growing up for the drums and the rhythm and everything. And so there's that element, and then the element of like Tom Waits, the way he approaches his songwriting and just kind of seeing the world. I've always just been very fascinated by. So that's why I listed them. I think I forgot who else I listed, but like Jeff Buckley. Uh, he's another one where he could literally just command an entire room by himself,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I respect the heck out of that. As someone that does it too, a songwriter.
Well, and I think truly when you look at all those influences and how this has helped shape where you are, there's not really a genre that we can pin on you. Your music is that unique, which is, I would think, from an artist perspective, that's something that you're shooting for.
Yeah, I don't really think in like specifics when I hit record. Like I kind of just in writing too. Like I just do what comes out, and I appreciate you said that because I've had that before where people ask me like what I sound like, and I'm like, it's rock and roll, it's indie, it's a little Americana tinge. I just it's hard, yeah. So
It's a unique sound, and again, I think every artist should probably strive for that.
yeah, and I was just gonna say real quick, I appreciate that you said that. I really do.
Well, basically, you sound like Max Norton. That's it.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's all I'm going for.
The first song that we've got queued up, Max, is Chains. Tell us a little bit about this song.
I wrote it after just kind of drumming for many years with a bunch of people. And it was during the pandemic. I also wrote it then, and we kind of all just, the first line is I needed to disappear, and like I think we all did, right? I mean, we were all just kind of, what the heck is going on? So that's kind of how that jump started that song, and then the rest of it just kind of came out of a bunch of experiences, I guess. It's kind of hard to pinpoint one thing in particular there, but yeah, it's an anthem. Like it's of all my songs so far that are out, it's definitely like a summer anthem. So
all right, well, let's give this one a listen. This is Max Norton's Chains.
I needed to disappear for a few years out of here, turn my head around, straight and sound, wishing you could meet me here. Could you feel the same? Could you be the change? Do you see the rain? Would you break these chains? There was a hole missing somewhere, not sure what got me there, falling down, turn me around, got me there, send me there. Could you feel the same? Could you be the change? Do you see the rain? Would you break these chains?
That's Max Norton's
I
Chains.
I like the bouncing along there. Thank you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's you know you've got her when you see her
Yeah.
bebopping in the chair.
Yeah.
Oh, Max, that is such a great tune. What a fresh and clean sound too.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
We are with Max Norton. We are going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Say, Willie, do you know about the Girls' Night Out?
Girls' Night Out? Are you talking about the benefit concert that's happening at the Westtown Theater on October 18th? It's at 611 East Midland Street, Bay City, Michigan. Oh my goodness, we want you to be there. Westtown Theater, historic place, great stage, and even better performers. Leah Williams is opening things up. Shade Zero, that's Blue Sky Riley's band, they're coming up next. And oh, wow, I can't wait for this. Glenn Brook and the Wild Weeds are headlining. They're going to do a bang-up job for us. We're looking forward to this. Tickets are available at Eventbrite for just $10 in advance. $15 at the door. We've got a basket raffle. All the proceeds this night are going to the American Cancer Society. So here we are in Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Let's support the American Cancer Society and get rid of this awful disease. And we can do it at Girls' Night Out. Meet us there on October 18th. Welcome back to the Vehicle City Sound Podcast. I'm C. Willie. We got Quarter Peep sitting by here and our special guest, Max Norton, joining us from Alabama tonight, sharing his brand of music, and we are just loving it. Max, talk to us a little bit about what your creative process is. How does it look when you're writing a song?
It starts with a chorus, usually the hook. I'll just be strumming on an acoustic, and I have a notebook full of lines that I've just written down that I'll pull from sometimes. A lot of times it just comes out of thin air, but I'll just be strumming on an acoustic, and I kind of write the hook right then and there, which is the chorus.
Sure.
And then I just kind of build from there. I'll start writing the verses towards it. And so from there, I'll do. This is pretty much like every song. It's just I've found this workflow works great for me. So I'll from there I'll do a scratch track into the recording program. Then I'll come back over with rhythm guitar, bass. Then I'll do drums, lead guitar, and then I'll basically try to cut everything that same day. So that means vocals too, if I'm feeling it. So I kind of just do it all at once. And like that song Chains you just heard, it has mandolin on it. So like if it needs like a little, just something a little different that's maybe not a lead guitar, I'll throw that on there as well. Because I love mandolin and it's very rhythmic,
Yes.
So it's kind of like a natural transition from drums to mandolin, in case anyone's interested out there. But yeah, that's basically my creative process. It's it just works for me.
It's fascinating to hear you say that, because it sounds like it's kind of okay, this is my game plan. I'm going to follow my game plan, and it works, and it keeps working.
Yeah, I definitely am a little, I don't want to call it OCD about stuff, but I definitely hone in. Maybe it is OCD. I don't know. And I just like knocking it out, because I feel like that magic, like so many of my favorite records from like the 60s and 70s, they were all recorded in a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
And so like just trying to capture that magic then and there is what it just feels good and what I try to do.
Do you think that the experiences you've had with traveling, the bands that you've played with, the places that you've been, has that kind of compartmentalized that to say, okay, it's a professional production, we've got to get this done because we're under time constraints, or we're under the watchful eye of this producer? Do you think that's had something to do with kind of that discipline?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty much every band I've been a part of that went into a major, recording studio or whatever had that time constraint. And it definitely forces a creative sort of aspect that you might, if you wait too long, it just, I don't know, it becomes a little sterilized to me. Whereas if it's like right then and there, there's a certain magic to it, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's not the same with, I will say I've gone back, especially with vocals. I've had to go back and recut them because a couple days later I listened to it. And I was like, I feel like I can deliver that one word better or something, you
Sure.
know?
Sure.
But yes, 9 times out of 10, I do think having that time constraint that I've had being a drummer with these other bands has created this workflow for me. Absolutely.
Well, and I wonder too, and I don't want to put words into Quarter Peep's mouth, but one of the things that she said she appreciated so much about the songs that you shared with us and that we've got here on the show tonight is
Yeah.
how upbeat and positive the messages are. Is that something that you're consciously putting into that writing process as well?
No, I don't think so. I honestly I have my days where I'm like not feeling great, obviously, but I think I don't know if it's because I'm a drummer or what. I just generally want to make positive music,
Yeah.
and it just kind of what naturally comes out. I don't really think anything about it. I've definitely had some heartbreak and events in my life, like some loss, etc., that have just made me realize it's so short, and I just kind of want to, I just want people to feel good. And I've always approached that, even when I wasn't writing and just playing drums. Like I want to make people move and dance like you were doing. Like I love seeing it because it gets me going too. So
well, you're certainly accomplishing it. We love what we've been hearing. The second song that we've got coming up here is actually how did we find Max Norton? What we do? How did Vehicle City Sound come up with this? We spend a lot of time in front of YouTube. Watching videos that are out there and of the independent artists and saying, hey, oh wow, that sounds good. We saw Comets, which is the next song that we've got queued up. And we instantly said, oh, yes, we need to reach out to Max. We need to have him on here.
Right now.
Yes.
Right on.
Quarter Peep is our little sleuth. So we give her a couple of keywords and all of a sudden, hey, I've got his email.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Comets. How did this come about and what's kind of the backstory here?
Yeah, this one's kind of cool. I was walking my dog. This is when I was living in Nashville. I was walking my dog one night. It was pitch black, clear sky, and this meteor just shot across. And like all of these dogs and like a coyote I heard in the distance like started barking immediately. Like just this primitive, thing that happened that I was witnessing. And I was like, I am literally witnessing something you don't see very often that's very ancient. And so I started the next day just kind of writing the chorus again, the hook. And I was always envisioning just what if you saw the music video, right? That's exactly the visualization of the song in my head. And we had someone animate that, which came out really well. And it
did. It's awesome. And folks, you got to see it.
Yeah, and I've always been obsessed with space and NASA and just the whole sci-fi universe. I find it very fascinating. So that was kind of my ode to that with this song.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
good to hear the backstory. Too. It is.
Yeah,
we'll think about. We've got a dog, Trixie. We're gonna have to take Trixie out for a walk later tonight.
You never know what you'll see. Yeah.
All right, let's give this one a listen. This is Max Norton's Comets.
Watching
Man, I love that song.
Yeah.
There's some great drum work in that too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a fun one to drum on. That was like that last fill is one of my favorites.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's Comets from Max Norton, who
Yeah.
is joining us tonight. Max, you got some big things going on here too. This show's coming out the end of September. Another couple of weeks, you're going to be in West Hollywood at the Viper Room.
Yeah, I am. The person that books the Viper Room hit me up and asked if I wanted to play. I said I'll be there. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
I will figure a way.
Yeah,
I'll ride the Comet to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
So that show's coming up October 9th for any of our folks out there on the West
Yep.
Coast that want to go check out Max. I know you'd appreciate that if they'd be out there, and I know they're going to hear a great show.
Absolutely. Would love to see everyone out there for sure.
Max, where do folks find you? If they're looking, they like what they're hearing tonight, and they want to find out where you're going to be besides the Viper Room, because they can't catch the Comet to get out to the West Coast. So, where do they find you?
Yeah, that's it. I'm playing that one show and then I'm out. That's it. Retired. Just kidding.
Keep sticking now.
Yeah, that's it. No, you can find me Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. Spotify is where all my music is. Apple Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, everything, all the platforms.
All right.
And then my website is maxnortonmusic.com, where you can find all my dates and everything for tours.
And it's a great website too, by
It
the way,
is.
folks.
I was just gonna
it's
say the
worth
same
checking
thing.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
You've done a great job with that. The last one that we've got queued up for you, Max, is Hopeless No More. Tell us about this one.
Okay. Oh man, this is another one where I was just strumming and figured out the chorus pretty quick. I kind of wrote this getting out of kind of the last band situation I was in. Kind of was anyway. It inspired this song a lot. And my partner that is with me is kind of the subject of this song that we kind of, she's just always been there for me, so pretty simple, but it's, that's basically what this is about.
She's the No More.
Yes. Yeah.
Does she know that this is about her, or she's, there's
well, I mean, if she listens to this, she will now. But she, it was like about a year ago, I had a few drinks and it kind of came out that I was like, I wrote, that so it sort of happened.
I like that.
But it's, all my songs are very universal. So it's not just about one person. And I want that, I do write that way too. It can be applied to anyone. So, but yes.
All right. Well, this is another fantastic work from Max Norton. Let's listen to Hopeless No More.
Keep the There was one I'll always know. When the world cracks open and the souls pour out, there was one I'll always know. Embers flame high, visions go by. The last time I saw you, I know you are the one who held out your arms to shine. When I called out for you, helpless, hopeless, no
Yes.
Woohoo!
Hopeless No More from Max Norton. I've got a similar story, Max, and she's sitting right there.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. I
Yeah,
really
I like
enjoyed
that.
that. Love your music, buddy. Really
Oh,
love
thanks,
your
man.
music.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah,
Please keep doing it. It's
I will. I
yeah,
will.
Even
it's
my chair
phenomenal.
moved.
Yes.
Score.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for being with
Yeah.
us tonight, and thanks for sharing your stories. Thanks for sharing your music. This has been phenomenal.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me on
You
here.
bet. You bet.
Yeah.
Quarter Peep, who do we have coming up next?
Oh, yes. So we have, let's see, Rockabilly Steve and the BR3s.
Oh, that's going to be a fun show. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think that's a wrap on what we've done tonight. Max, again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Cheers. Yeah.
Hey, folks out there in podcast land, we really appreciate all your support. If you know of somebody else like Max that you'd like us to talk to, give us an email at vehiclecitysound@gmail.com. And of course, as you are following and seeing what we're going to do and where we're going to be, you can see our schedule at vehiclecitysound.com. We're out and about. Lots of big things happening next month. Going to be in Nashville for a little bit. So we're looking forward to that as well. Follow us on our Facebook page. Thanks for all your support. And hey, folks, be good.